everybody, welcome back. It's another week already, yeah. We're going to do an interesting show today, something I've been dying to try for a while now. I've had them out in a restaurant to eat, but I've never made them myself. And today I'm going to try. Because I went to my local farmer's market, love that place, they have the greatest produce there and stuff, and I saw these beautiful poblano peppers. So I thought, I want to make chili relleno. I've never made it. I'm dying to try it, making it. It doesn't seem too hard. The traditional way, it's just stuffed with cheese, but then it's got this special kind of breading you got to do. You got to separate your eggs, and we'll get to that. And I just thought, what a cool idea to try. But the first thing we got to do is we got to roast these poblanos, so that way we can peel the skins off. Okay. Now, so one way you can do it is put it right on your burners on the stove. I've seen them do it on TV a million times. And you just keep turning them until they get all black. And then you put them in a bowl, you cover them with plastic wrap, and you let them sit for about 15 minutes to cool down. And then the skins, when you just take them out, you just go like this and everything just kind of comes right off. Okay? But what I'm going to do today, because I'm going to do these 4 poblanos at once, is use my broiler. And I'm going to stick this under the broiler. I'm going to have some tongs ready. Now be careful when you're roasting these, whether you do it on the stove or in the oven, you don't want to break them open. You want to make sure you're really gentle, and as they, get charred on the outside, it's going to be kind of easy to tear them if you're rough with them. So we're going to try to go real easy to turn them over and make sure we blacken all our sides of our poblanos, okay? So I got my broiler going. We'll be back when these are all charred up, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, I decided to forego the broiler. It was taking too long, I don't know. So that's what you want to do. Just right on your gas thing, just on your burner, just put them right on there. Make sure you turn them around carefully, gently, and just blacken them on all sides, okay? Okay, so you put them all in a big bowl. Get some plastic wrap, okay? And just tightly cover this bowl. And you're going to let these sit here for about 15 minutes or so, okay? Because what's going to happen is the heat from them, it's going to create this steam that's going to loosen those skins, and then when we come back, we're just going to be able to go like this, and hopefully the skins and all the black is going to come off, and we're going to have our ready peppers, okay? In the meantime, we'll get the rest of our stuff going here. I have in my rice cooker, I tell you all the time, if you don't have a rice cooker, you better get a rice cooker. It's worth it. I'm going to do a little red beans and rice in here. Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm using the box Goya version. That's okay. I'm not making it from scratch, but that's all right. That's why I love a rice cooker. You just dump the box in there, turn it on, cooks itself, shuts itself off, puts it on warm when it's all ready to go. Comes out perfect. You can do them with all the boxed rices. Just make sure there's no pasta in it. It's not pasta and rice, because then the pasta overcooks and gets really mushy and it's nasty. All right, so turning on my rice and beans. Gonna let these sit, and we'll be back for the next step. We gotta start getting ready to fry. Okay, so as you can see, I took them out, and you just take like a butter knife, something that has just a little bit. You don't want anything real sharp, because like I said, you don't want to puncture these or make holes yet. But you just scrape off all the black and the skin off of that, so you have these kind of flat looking things. Now is when you're going to make your slit in it. This one actually kind of broke open, which saves us the trouble of having to make a slit in it. Okay, but I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger, and then what you're going to do is go in here, open it up, go inside, and you're going to have to now seed it and take all the veins and out of there. Okay, because you definitely don't want all these seeds in there, because that's way too much heat. So you basically want to make a pocket. You know what I mean? Like, you want to just put one slit in it, because we're going to stuff these, okay? So just clean them out of the seeds and the veins as best as you can, okay? And we'll be back when it's time to stuff them. Okay, so there they are, all cleaned out. Takes a little bit of work, and you'll still find a little seed here and there. Can't do nothing about that, okay? So what I'm going to do now is just salt and pepper them on the outside a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to take about 8 ounces. I got about an 8 ounce bag of, I have a mix of both Jack and cheddar cheese. You can do just one or the other. I just felt like mixing it up a little bit. Now what you're going to do is just kind of stuff these, you know. Just fill your pockets. If you open it up and see a seed or two, make sure you get those out. You're going to see them here and there. It's kind of hard to get them all out. Okay, but I'm just going to stuff this cheese into my pepper. Don't overstuff, because you want to make sure it closes up. You know what I mean? You don't want you want it as full as possible, but still be able to close up. Because we have to batter this and then fry it, and we don't want all the stuffing to come out of it. Okay? So, but just make sure you stuff it all the way through. Okay, so I'm going to do that to these 4. I'm going to start heating up my vegetable oil, get it to about 360 degrees. My rice and beans, perfectly done, cooked, finished, ready to go. I'll be right back. I got to get my mixer because we got to do a special batter for this if you're doing it the traditional way. I'll show you when we come back. Let's make our batter that we need to fry. Okay, in a bowl here I have 4 egg yolks. You got to separate your eggs. I got 4 yolks, and then the 4 whites are over there that we're going to whip up. But the first thing I want to do is just really beat up my yolks here, just so they're that light pale yellow color. Make sure they're really, really whipped well. Okay. Okay, and then in my mixer here with my whip attachment, I'm going to put my 4 egg yolks. Now everything needs to be room temperature. These eggs need to be room temperature. Okay, separate them, let them sit, make sure you get everything to room temperature. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm just going to whip this until we get those stiff peaks that we get with egg whites, like you're making meringue. Okay, see? Doesn't take much. But if you had to do that by hand, it would really suck. So you need a mixer. Okay, so there's my whipped egg whites, okay? What you're going to do now is take 1/3 cup of flour. I'm using regular flour today because it's really not that much. So 1/3 cup of flour I'm going to sprinkle into my egg whites and the egg yolks, okay? I'm going to just kind of drizzle in. Now, the trick with this is we do not want to deflate our egg whites, okay? So you just want to fold and be as gentle as you can and try to incorporate the flour and the egg whites, okay? So see, that's all done and it's still very fluffy, okay? It deflates a little bit, there's really nothing you can do about that, but for the most part it's very airy, okay? Which is good. Now, I'm double dutying my loaf pan here. You can use whatever pan you got. I have 1/4 cup of just all-purpose flour. Again, we're not using that much. This is just going to be a dusting that we're going to do. To that, I'm going to add about a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I want to get that nice smoky flavor to go with our peppers, and some salt and pepper. Okay, and I'm just going to whisk that together. Just mix that all together there, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to dip or dredge is the word I think they use for this. You got this flour mixture. You're going to take one of your peppers here as carefully as you can, because like I said, they're full, you know, they're not overly stuffed, but they're hard to handle because they're very floppy and flimsy, okay? So I just want to dust it with, try to use the handle of the pepper, the stem, okay? So you just kind of want to dust it with this flour as best you can, okay? And then you're going to dip it into your mixture here and coat the outside of your pepper with this egg mixture, okay? As best you can. So this is going to fry up. Now, I'll show you if I can lift it out of here. See what I mean? It gets this really thick coating on it, and you're just going to put this right into your 360 oil. Is my oil 360? Not yet. So we'll not ready yet. See, it happens. So I'm going to just let that sit there for a minute, but that's what you want to do. You're going to put it into your hot oil, fry one side, fry the other side. Okay, it's going to make this great. I can't wait to try this. I mean, like I said, I've had it in a restaurant, and I just absolutely loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. So I can't wait to try it myself, see if I can do it. All right, be right back. Okay, our oil's at 360, so here we go. Let's give this a try, make sure we got a good coating on there. Okay, and I'm going to put the seam side up first. Just hoping that once the bottom part starts to crisp up, it'll give it a little more structure, so it won't be so easy when we flip it for it to open up and fall all over the place, okay? So same thing, dust it, and stick it in your egg batter here, and just coat it. Very exciting today. Chili Relleno. Very exciting day. Okay, I'm just taking it by the handle. It wants to open up. I'm going to try not to let it. And right in there. Okay. And then you could always put a little bit more of the egg batter. If it seems like your pepper is opening up a bit, just spread some of this on the top where the hole is. And hopefully, like I said, once we flip it over and start to fry it, it'll crisp up and act as a firming thing to make it a little more encased. We don't want all our cheese to come out of it, okay? So I'm going to fry these a couple minutes, about 5 minutes on each side till they're nice and golden brown. Keep an eye on your temperature. You don't want it to get too hot. Alrighty, when these are done, I'll be back. We'll plate it up with some rice and beans, and we'll give this a taste test today. Alrighty, see you in a few. Okay, that's it. Plate it up with some beans and rice. Look at that beautiful pepper. Oh my God, I cannot wait to dig into this. Let me get a knife and a fork. But what I want to do first, now, you can make different sauces for this. I saw tons of different ideas, you know, of what you want to do. All I have here is just a little bit of taco sauce. I just want to drizzle a little bit on my plate here, just to kind of jazz that up a little bit, just to give it a little bit of heat. You know, I mean, it's a very mild taco sauce. And then I'm going to take a scoop of sour cream and put that right on the top. Now you can do avocado, you can do cilantro, you can do whatever you want to do. I mean, it's your dinner. But look at that. That's a beauty. We'll be back to taste test this one in 2 seconds. I gotta get these out of the fryer first. Okay, let's give it a quick taste so that way I can go sit down and eat. Okay, I'm just gonna cut it open. I mean, look at it. It looks, it reminds me, it's like a giant jalapeno popper. You know what I mean? But not as much heat like you would a jalapeno. But I mean, the cheese just oozes out of this. Let me taste this first, just the way it is, without any sauce or anything on it. We've done it again. We've created something that we've had out. Great flavor. The pepper, it's got a little bit of heat, but it's not one of those like super spicy peppers. It all pairs well. The sour cream, the taco sauce gives it a little more of a spice. The rice and beans, perfectly cooked. Get a rice cooker. But I just love this. I love this. I love the presentation. I love the fact that, you know, the cheese is like melted and oozing out of it. It's a definite winner. Now, it's a lot of work. Yes, it's a lot of work, which is why we don't have a dessert today. So I'm going to go eat this, and then I'm going to come back because we got to talk movies still. Maybe I'll just get myself a scoop of no sugar added vanilla ice cream to do that. I know. I have so much going on around here. I'll show you pictures too of my garden that's like growing out of control. We're going to have zucchinis till we don't know what to do with zucchini, and beets and all kinds of stuff. But lots to come in the future, all right? So let me eat. I'll be back. We'll discuss movies, and then we'll take it from there. Be back. Okay, so they were really, really, really good. I'm glad we tried that and conquered that. Chili Relleno, we can do those now too. All right, add that to the list. Just a little dish of ice cream, I know. I gotta bake a ton of stuff as it is. I gotta do 2 cheesecakes, one for work, one for here. So, and you've seen me do my cheesecake before. It's the perfect cheesecake. If you want me to do it again, you gotta comment and say, could you show me that one again? And maybe I'll do it again. I'll do one of the flavors I haven't done yet. But anyway, let's just talk movies real quick so I can go eat my ice cream. And start playing it next week. I know it was a fast show today, but that's okay. Sometimes we got so much other stuff going on, we kind of just gotta cut to the chase, get her done, and move on. Okay, so we watched this week. The first one was MASH. Really enjoyed that one. If you're a fan of the show, you'll love the movie. Like I said, Radar's in it. I think he's the only one, if I remember. Again, it's hard to remember. I think he's the only one in it from the show. But it's Sally Kellerman and Donald Sutherland, and there's just a whole bunch of people, but same characters, just different people playing them. And you could see where it spun off into the TV show, which was amazing. If you've never watched MASH, you really should watch it. They're running it now on all kinds of... It seems to be on every other channel. Our other movie that we watched, forced to watch again, The Sound of Music. I could do without that one. I mean, some people love it, love it, love it. I know there's a holiday that they've been showing it every year. I don't know which one, because as soon as I see it on, I change the channel. Just not my favorite of all. If I had to pick a musical, that's not the one I would pick. It's too long. It's too drawn out. I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me. But anyway, here's what we're watching this week. See, we tell you whether we like it, we hate it. We don't care. We'll tell you what it is. Here's what we're watching this week. Number 54, counting down, 1930s 30. I said 1930. It's a real old one. All Quiet on the Western Front. It's a war picture, I know that. I may have seen this one once or twice before. We'll know once we see it. I don't know. It's one of those movies, you know, some of these movies sound similar, these war movies, and you're like, I think I did see that, and then you see it and you go, no, I didn't see this. But anyway, we're going to watch that one again, and we'll tell you if we saw it or not. And number 53, something a little more current, 1984, Amadeus. This one I know I've seen once before, and I think I really, really liked it. A lot of these movies I haven't seen in a long time, or I only saw them once. So it's nice to revisit them and see them again. We're going to count all the way down to number 1. So I hope you're watching all 100 movies with us. It's just a fun thing that I thought would you know, make it a little more fun to eat and watch a movie. Everybody likes a movie, right? Alrighty. We'll see you next week, everybody, for another episode of Sunday with Steve. Enjoy.